The other day I went to the park and I was sitting down on a bench, and a little girl who was maybe about 8 or 10 sat, on the grass near me, and I thought, oh God, here comes a little girl, and I wonder what she's going to do. But she'd brought some crayons and some paper with her. She was going to color a picture. And as kids will do, she was going to tell me the whole story out loud and what the colors were. I was too busy to realize that she wasn't talking to me. She was just going through her day and her colors and stuff and just colored a picture, but I had to make it all about me. Every color she had, everything was about me. It wasn't about her picture at all. Blue. Blue is the sky, she said, and she nodded, having fully approved of her color choice. All I could think of was, when I saw blue, I saw the blue and black on the bruise that had turned blue from me tripping over something in my living room the other day. Green. Green, she declared, to be for the grass. She wasn't talking to me per se, like I'd said, and I knew this, but I thought green was a wise grass color choice, but all I could think of was the envy in green I saw, and I felt it were those that could have more or do more than I could. Yellow was next. Yellow served, of course, to represent what she called the sunbathing chickadee, sitting on the green lawn. Yellow just gave me more thoughts and images of my own cowardice at not having confronted somebody the other day that I needed to who embarrassed me in front of a group. Orange. Orange should be, and she held the E out forever. I didn't think it in, but orange should be, and then she laughed. Well, orange is the bright, warming sun, you silly, she told herself, and she put the sun right up in the upper left-hand corner of the paper, and it beamed brightly, as I imagined it would have, in her picture. Now, of course, all I could think of was the orange construction cones that created the detour for me on my way to work. Red. Oh yeah, I want to know what it was. Sure. Red was next. Well, wait, she said. Robins are red. I'll draw a robin so the chickadee has a friend to hang out with on the lawn. A bird has to have friends too, right? I nodded at her. I agreed. I was like, yeah, sure. Of course, all the while I was agreeing, all I could think of was the shades of red that I had turned when I got embarrassed by somebody. Again, at a family function, I got embarrassed. And I was angry. Red to me meant embarrassed and anger. That's it. Brown and green will go together. I'll draw a tree. And sure enough, right in the middle of that page there was a tree. Brown trunk and branches with a large amount of green leaves. They showed right up. All brown meant to me was, well, let's just not say. Among other brown things I've encountered, I knew my blue and purple bruise would soon be brown at some point. And then she started to pack up her crayons, and she hadn't used black or white. And I saw that she'd ignored him, and I said, "Nice picture." And she thanked me and nodded. "But why didn't you use black or white?" She was a quicker thinker than I was. "Well, sir, not everything is black and white." And then it hit me. She was right. I, of course, knew everything wasn't black and white, but I managed to see every color she'd used to have only one meaning. There she was, no more than maybe 8 or 10, having taught me a lesson here I'd managed to give colors only a negative connotation. Today, a mere child had colored my world. I wrote that in June of last year, and it's not a true story, but it's my own creation and how I can and sometimes do let negativity color my own life and my own thoughts. Whether it's intentional or not, I do it. Do you? Have a good night, friends.